take a seat, and welcome to the Sit Down. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the Sit Down. And for those that are watching on YouTube and Spotify, we're in a little different place today. We are in Ryan Fieldhouse in Evanston, Illinois. This is Northwestern, and we just wrapped up talking with the Northwestern football team. It was awesome. So I'm here with Garrett and Anna, my videographers, and we're just gonna record here in the field house. This is a sweet space, and we'll scroll some pictures up on the video to show what the view is right now, but it looks a little different than North Dakota. And sometimes it's good. Get out of North Dakota. North Dakota is beautiful. But sometimes it's good to get to Lake Michigan and Chicago and enjoy the city life. So we're gonna just record here today. We've had a day. Anna, we've had a day.
We've had a day.
And I need a story to tell. I need to tell you guys a story of how I got here. It's kind of by the grace of God. And so I've got a story to tell you, and then I want to just get into some of the things I learned from the story and just get in here. I was gonna have a guest on, but we're gonna save that for a future episode, because how I got here is just like kind of incredible. So excited to tell you guys that story and get into this. But before we do that, I just want to encourage, maybe if you guys could like, subscribe, hit the follow, share this to wherever you guys listen. That would sure help us out and get this out to as many people as possible. So like, subscribe, share, and yeah, welcome to the Sit Down. Well, we're sitting here in Ryan Fieldhouse today, and I'm glad we're here. You know, I open up a lot of my speeches with the first truth of having no bad days is I'm still here. And I had to remind myself of that today, because there was a time this morning when I actually questioned, am I going to get here? I've done hundreds of speaking engagements in my life. I've never questioned, like, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the speaking engagement. And today I did have that moment. I thought to myself, I might not make it. And so I'd like to just tell you the story. I was flying out of Fargo. I fly out of Fargo once every couple months, if not multiple times a month. So I fly out of Fargo very, very routinely. This was the first flight where I've taken off from Fargo for a destination, and we didn't land at the destination. So I was flying Fargo to Chicago on a United flight, and we get right outside Chicago, and we start circling around. And the pilots, they are saying, you know, there's some storms, we're going to wait it out. Well, pretty soon, flights, they got to fuel up. And so we landed in Peoria, Illinois. And Peoria, Illinois, not somewhere on my bucket list to travel to, but we get to Peoria, and the thought there is we're just gonna fuel up and get to Chicago. This was a production of how we were gonna get to Chicago, was it not, Anna? Like, I was meeting you. You were coming in from Rapid City. I was coming from Fargo. We're going to meet. We're going to get this event. It's going to be good. Well, now I'm in Peoria, and we refuel. Our pilot comes on and says, all right, we're good to go. As long as we get up in the air in the next hour and a half, we're set. Chicago calls, like, literally. My phone says departed. It says departed. Like, we're on the taxi going to depart. Captain gets on the radio and goes, yeah, turbulence in Chicago. Airline just reported it. They're shutting down the runways for an hour. I'm like, no, because our crew is going to time out. And so I'm like, shoot, all right, we're going to spend the night in Peoria. And so I start texting my buddies, my buddy Ben Skaggs, and I'm like, you might need to drive to Peoria, all these things. And I get off the plane, and I get a message saying, hey, the flight's been rescheduled for tomorrow morning. I'm talking with the pilots, and I'm like, okay, flight tomorrow morning, we're all good. But there's a problem. All the checked baggage is still underneath the plane, and that includes my shower chair. Now, we're going to get into some wheelchair 101. I use a shower chair, but it's really a toilet chair too. It elevates me above the toilet so I can get my hand underneath there and do what a person's got to do, right? Um, I'm gonna be honest with the listeners. I've been a little plugged up. Like, let's just admit, I've been a little plugged up, and so I took a couple pills to help clear some things up that yesterday morning, thinking like, okay, I'll get to Chicago plenty of time. I don't want to be constipated when I speak at Northwestern. So I land in Peoria, and my shower chair is checked underneath the plane. And I'm like, things are brewing right now. And this is not going to be good if I cannot get my shower chair. And so the captain of the airplane, I'm the last one off the plane. And a lot of times it stinks to be the last one off the plane because you're always 20 minutes behind everybody else. But it worked out. I'm the last one off the plane, and the captain and I are just talking. I'm like, yeah, my personal wheelchair is underneath the plane, and they haven't got it yet because Peoria is just overrun with planes. There was like 10 planes that landed in Peoria. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'll go get it. There's like no equipment around. And so he literally takes a run. I need you guys to imagine this for me. He takes a run. He's running. I'm watching this whole thing. He runs and jumps up into the plane. The plane like door, there was no like steps or like ramp going up to it like that takes the bags up. He just jumps. It was probably 6 to 7 feet above the ground. He jumps into the plane, goes, grabs my personal wheelchair, gets my personal wheelchair, and then he's like, what's your shower chair bag? What's it look like? I tell him what it looks like. He digs through the bags. He like throws bags onto the tarmac to get my bag, and then puts all the other bags back underneath. I was the only person that got their bag underneath the airplane because I was last. And so this is a great reminder that Jesus said, let the last be first and let the first be last. Praise be the Lord. So I got my shower chair, and I book a hotel, get an Uber to the hotel, and like, you guys, I have no feeling below my line, which is my chest, but I could feel it coming. I mean, things were rumbling, and I'm not gonna lie, I let a couple warning shots out on the Uber ride there, and I'm just like, I have got to get to a bathroom. And I'm just gonna conclude that part of the story with, I did get to the bathroom and it was all good. But the Uber ride is the next part of the story. And so I'm Ubering. It took 25 minutes to get an Uber from the Peoria airport. So like there was not many Ubers in Peoria. So I got on that quick. Like as I got off the plane, I got the Uber. And so I get this Uber. His name is David. And David, nice guy. David and I start chatting on our way, and I could tell he was a sports fan. So we start talking ball, start talking North Dakota, Missouri Valley Football Conference, and then I get out of him that his daughter was a good athlete and played volleyball at Northwestern. And I'm like, how funny, I'm going to speak at Northwestern tomorrow. And here's my situation. He's like, oh, that's incredible, da da da. And so we have a great chat. He was super kind, and he drops me off, and I get into the hotel. I'm thinking to myself, like, this is all going to work itself out. This is going to be just fine. I sleep for 5 hours. I get up. I've got a shuttle to the airport from the hotel shuttle. And as I'm about to get on the hotel shuttle, I get a text, flights canceled from Peoria to Chicago. So now I'm a 3-hour drive from Peoria. It is a Sunday morning, and no rental car agencies are open. So I can't go to Enterprise and rent a car. So they're saying, how could you drive a car? Well, I could just use hand controls. Most of the rental agencies have the hand controls. It works fine, but it can't work today because it's a Sunday, closed on Sunday, Put that music in there. Closed on Sunday. Or Chick-fil-A. So anyway, so I'm starting to think like, what are my options here? Because I had a buddy in Chicago, I was gonna call Anna, but it's 5 AM. Like he's not gonna answer a call at 5 AM. And no rental cars. So I had two options. They were number one, I was going to call the Uber guy and just see if I could get a ride. Number two, if that didn't work, I was gonna rent a limo and just have a limo drive me from Peoria to Chicago. So I faked that I lost something in the Uber so that I could then call the Uber guy. David was his name. And so I called David and I'm like, David, he answers, which is unbelievable. I said, David, you still driving? And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm gonna ask you something insane right now. I need you to drive me to Northwestern. This is at 5:30 in the morning. He has been up since 5 in the morning beforehand. So he's been up for 24 hours already. And he goes, without even missing a beat, he goes, I got you. Yep, I can do it. Let me call my wife, but I'll pick you up at 6. This isn't like 25 minutes. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So David picked me up again and we drove 3 hours to Northwestern. On the way, we're chatting, getting to know each other. He stops at Lou Mitchell's, which is a like cornerstone diner spot in downtown Chicago. It's like his favorite spot. It's been there for over 100 years. And we have a great breakfast. We'll share some pictures of Lou Mitchell's for those that are watching. It was awesome. It was like authentic Chicago, you know. And then David brings me to the football facility where we're at now, and I got here an hour before I was supposed to speak. It was perfect. It's great timing. So unbelievable story of like, number one, the pilots like going and getting my wheelchair. Like I don't think people understand. Like they had like an airport wheelchair there for me, and no one was working in the airport. And it's not the pilot's responsibility to like go underneath the plane and go get stuff. Like he didn't have to do that. And so Ryan and Alec and Kayla from SkyWest, thank you for getting my personal wheelchair. That's a big deal. Not only is it just a big deal for me getting around, like my skin safety, all that kind of stuff. Having my own wheelchair is a big deal. So you got my own wheelchair, but you also got my bathroom chair and allowed me to go to the bathroom. And that could have been a real disaster. So that was just miracle number one. And then miracle number two, my Uber, his daughter plays volleyball at Northwestern. He's a Northwestern fan. And I call him and he agrees to drive me 3 hours from Peoria to Northwestern to get me here. And I don't know, I'm thankful today for kindness. Like people are kind when they choose to be, and it matters. Like those pilots and that Uber driver, they didn't owe me anything, and yet they gave me their kindness. And not only did it make a difference for me, I was then able to go and talk with 111 guys and the coaching staff here and the support staff. And hopefully I was then able to impact them for good. And it's a chain reaction. That's how life works, is like, man, kindness doesn't just stop. It keeps going. And your little effort, like your 1% that you give to somebody else, it doesn't end with them. It keeps going. And hopefully these guys at Northwestern, they take it and they can pour into somebody in their family. They take it, they can pour into each other throughout the season. But I just think like, if the pilot wouldn't have got my wheelchair last night, I'd still be in Peoria because I wouldn't have been able to move. If he doesn't go and dig through the bags, like I have a serious problem then. If the Uber driver doesn't pick up the phone call and agree to take me, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm taking a limo to Northwestern. Who knows? But I just got to thinking today was a perfect day to live out what I talk about Like, man, I talk about having no bad days. I think a lot of people in that situation of canceled flights and taking a laxative and not having a bathroom to go to, like, it's like, today's a bad day. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a bad day. It actually led to some new relationships getting formed with people that are so kind. Um, so yeah, me and David are now Facebook friends. I'm gonna send him some gear, and we're gonna connect. Next time I'm in Chicago, I'm hitting him up because he literally knows every spot in Chicago. He's like, oh, I gotta take you to this space and go to Al's Beef. Yeah, they have the best Italian beef, and I mean, it's just unbelievable, all from unforeseen circumstances. And I think anybody can relate with that. Of like, you did not plan to get sidetracked to go to Peoria, and maybe you didn't plan to have something happen in your life. But if you just keep on going and you're kind to people, a lot of times people will return that kindness, and that kindness can change your life. And I can't tell you today that I changed anybody's life for certain, but maybe, just maybe, like maybe their drop that they poured into me, I was then able to give it to somebody else, and that was the drop that made the difference for them. Um, it's just pretty cool. So, man, kindness matters, and the unforeseen circumstances that come within your life, sometimes the storms turn you in a direction that ends up being a good one, better than the one that you even had. So, Anna, that's my travel story for you.
It's like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
Just,
Do we need to take a train to complete the story?
I think so.
This is a quick trip for us. We've done some quick trips in the past. Garrett and I went to Seattle for, I think we were in Seattle, I don't know, 20 hours, Garrett. We got in on that afternoon.
Might have been a little longer.
Maybe. Not much though.
No.
Yeah, about 24 hours. We'll call it a day trip.
Yeah.
You guys got in here at 10 a.m.
Yes.
and then you Ubered
10 a.m.
to here, and I spoke at 11:30, and you guys came through the doors at 11:21.
We made it.
Right on time. But that's a pretty quick trip because we fly out at 8. So it's a 10-hour trip for you guys in Chicagoland. We're gonna need to come back. For those that are listening, I don't know if we can do a poll or how we do this. I would love to know people's top 5 cities in America. Actually, cut that down. Just your favorite city, metro cities. Because Chicago, if it's not near the top, you're missing something. Like, it's literally a metro city with all the amenities, like professional sports teams, tons of entertainment, 4 seasons for the people that like 4 seasons, built on a lake with a beach. Like, we'll throw in some shots. It's incredible. It's 85 degrees. People are laying on the beach right now, and I'm looking out right now. All I can see is water. And then if you look like to the south, there's downtown Chicago with, Willis Tower and just an amazing skyline. So Chicago's an amazing city, and I need to take you guys back where you guys can actually enjoy it. We are going to go to Lou Malnati's though.
Yeah,
for some pizza.
We have just enough time to enjoy some Chicago-style pizza.
Yeah, we're going to get a little taste of Chicago, and then Northwestern invited us back for a game. So we'll see if we can get to a game, and we're bringing the baby too.
Chicago will be back.
Andy's coming.
Featuring Andy.
Yeah. But yeah, Chicago's an awesome city. The Midwest capital of the world. Okay, I wanna get into a little bit of Northwestern today. This place is incredible. Both of our first time on campus. Some things that I didn't know about Northwestern. Only private school in the Big Ten. So that's cool, especially when it's competing against like Ohio State, 50,000 some students. Like Northwestern has 8,000 students, and it's a private school. So it was cool. You got to talk about your faith. I mean, I always talk about my faith when I talk, but it's cool getting to kind of connect on that level of like, there was no thought in my head of I need to censor what I say here. So that was neat, learning that about Northwestern. The connection is Coach Braun, Dave Braun. He was the DC defensive coordinator for those that don't watch football. That means he's in charge of the defense. He was the DC at North Dakota State while I was at UND. So he beat me a couple times. But he then got the defense coordinator job here at Northwestern. Then their coach got dismissed, and Dave Braun filled in and had a great year, his first year. And so they took the interim off of head coach, and he got to be the head coach. And then the other connection is Joe Seymour. And Joe was our GA. He was our graduate assistant at UND while I was at UND. He was a freshman when he came in, and he was a dork. He was a goon, and just this little freshman, and he just wanted to be a college football coach. And I was going to have Joe on today, but he's actually got to work. I feel like we're not even working. This is our job, but this isn't work, is it? Not really. We're in Chicago just talking shop. He actually has to work. He's like got to prepare for a football game and get his guys right. So we'll get Joe on here eventually. Joe just wanted to be a college football coach, and Seymour, I remember he came to our coach Gossage, and he said, "I will do anything. I just want to be a part of the team. I will fold towels if you want me to fold towels." And he might have folded towels, but he just worked and worked and worked. And last year was the special teams coordinator at Indiana State, and now is here at Northwestern. So that's one of the connections. But then there's just Missouri Valley Football Conference connections all over. So North Dakota State, North Dakota, their offensive coordinator, for those that don't watch football, that's the guy that runs the offense. He's from South Dakota State. And so anyway, tons of connections here at Northwestern. But I loved coming here because these guys are the underdogs. Like, they're the academic school. This was going to be my something good, but I'll think of something else. I got told today Northwestern is the 6th ranked school academically in the country or in the world. What did Key say?
World.
In the world. Here. I feel like, I don't know. Do I even belong here?
I feel smarter just being
Yeah,
here.
it's just like, oh my gosh. It's like an aura. I don't know. We're going to have to go walk the campus and just see like, oh yeah, you're like one of the smartest people in the world. What's up? I'm from Wishick, you know? You ever heard of Lemoore? I don't know.
Lemoron.
That was Garrett, by the way. That was not Anna or me. But yeah, cool that this place is like that level. I didn't know it was that level. So to be here and to be associated with some of these people is pretty cool.
I want to do something. Blind rank predictions. Big Ten football.
Okay.
So I'll name 5 schools. So for example, if I say USC,
We need to get you my
okay, 1 through 5.
Kind of like Breadbasket does.
Passing the mic to somebody who sounds like they
Garrett was sick, but now he's not sick. Are you sick or are you sick?
I'm sick. I'm sick. You're going to be able to tell. My voice is raspy, but you know what? Sometimes you make sacrifices.
That's right. You gotta lay it on the line for the podcast.
Exactly.
You know, this is definitely going to be our most nonchalant episode, but I'm sitting in the middle of a football field right now. I mean, of course it's going to be a little
It
nonchalant.
has to be.
Yeah. You know, one of the questions that we got asked on episode 3 was they want to get to know the videographers. So
You're making that up.
Yeah, I don't
I'm not
think
making that up.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, wait.
Dude, we run the Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They see all the answers. Yeah, that's right. Shoot.
Yeah, this DM is fake.
Okay, that was my question. I really want to know that. I want to get to know the videographers. Anyway, we'll get them behind the camera. Eventually, we'll get them on here. But all right, knock it out, Garrett.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Since we're at a Big Ten school, we're gonna have you blind rank 5 Big Ten programs,
Love it.
football programs, and then at the end of the season, we're gonna see how well you
See
did.
where we're at.
Yep.
Okay. For those that are non-football fans, maybe this is your taste of football to just get you in. You know, like maybe your husband loves football and you watch, but you're just like, I really don't know offense, defense, what a quarterback is, what a first down is. Maybe this can be your sprinkle of football to help, you know, connect. You know, you can come to your husband next week and you can say, or wife, this maybe your wife's a football fan and you're just not into it. You can come to your spouse or whoever it is and just be like, hey, did you hear Northwestern got that transfer quarterback? And then they're gonna be like, wait a minute, yeah, what do you know about Northwestern football? And then you just knock them dead with what I'm about to tell you. Maybe this is it. Maybe I tell you that USC is blind. Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Okay.
Blind rankings, go.
Michigan.
Okay, Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines won a national championship 2 years ago. And last year, they had what they would consider a down year. They were 7-5, I believe. But they beat Ohio State. This year, they got, I think, the top-rated player in the country, Bryce Underwood, at quarterback. I'm going to rank them at 3. I'm going to rank them at 3 of the 5, right? We're just doing 5?
Yep, just doing 5.
I'm going to rank them at 3. We're going to have to put on the graphics so that we see where these guys are ranked.
Yep.
3, okay.
Okay. Nebraska.
Man. Is this the year? I know we have some Husker fans that are listeners. There's 2 types of Husker fans. There's the ones that think every year is their year. And it says, and it just said behind the camera, that's like Valley City. They think every year is their year.
Anna, that was out of pocket. Come on.
Anna never lost to Valley City. I'm going to put them, I think this might be the year though. And I'm going to put them at 4 because I think they're going to go 9-3. But I think they're going to be pretty good. I hope you better put 2 of those top dogs.
Oregon.
Okay. Now the question becomes, is he going to put Ohio State and Penn State in this? I'm going to put Oregon at 2 because I think they're going to beat Michigan. I don't know. If you put Ohio State and Penn State in, I'm going to be mad though.
Okay.
He definitely did.
Ohio State.
Ohio State's going to be one of the best teams in the Big Ten. So if you put Northwestern in here on the blind rankings and make me put them at 5 while I'm sitting on their field, I will fire you right now.
That's not...
I'll put Ohio State at 1.
The last one. Guess what it is. Guess which team it is.
Minnesota.
It was.
Yes. Minnesota's at 5.
And you think that's accurate?
I think that's pretty good.
Would you leave it that
I
way?
would leave it just like that.
Let's go.
I think that might be
That's
it.
a good ranking.
We're going Ohio State there, 2 Oregon, 3 Michigan, 4 Nebraska, 5 Minnesota. I think that's pretty good. The one place that I think could get switched up, I think Nebraska could like jump. They might be like 3 or 2. Dylan Raiola is pretty good. So there's a name for those that are still listening that are actually not football fans. You might have just fast forward through this part, but you want to act like you know ball. You say, Dylan Raiola, the quarterback for Nebraska, he's due for a breakout year. You know ball.
Where's Penn State at in the mix?
Penn State, if they don't win a national championship this year, it would be a disappointment. It's national championship or bust. Yeah. They got everybody back. They got Drew Aller back. Running backs are back. Everybody's back.
So you put Penn State at 1.
I put them at 1 above Ohio State because their quarterback's returning. Ohio State's quarterback's not returning. So there's my Big Ten. And for those that are asking, what do I think about Northwestern? I just talked to them. I got to look in their eyes. In all seriousness, like, this program is built on gritty guys. Like, they're not going to go out and get a ton of 5-star recruits. They're going to get guys that know how to win. Probably a little undervalued, the underdog, chip on your shoulder guys. And I like this squad. I think they got a good quarterback that came in. I like him to make a bowl game. So there it is. Northwestern is going to make a bowl game. He can book it. So I think got good leadership, good connection. I like him. So you heard it here. Let's go, Cats. All right.
Cats.
Something good?
Tell me. Let's get right into it. Let's get to tell me something good, and I'm gonna start with Anna, and then we'll go Garrett, and then I will close out. Tell me something good. In our college football edition, this is as much football as we'll talk probably out in the pod. But being that we're on a football field, it was good today.
It was necessary.
It was necessary. Anna, tell me something good.
My something good is Relight electrolytes.
Tell me about them.
They are so good. My brother put me on them. They're clean.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta have that.
Anna's
those
all
clean
about the
ingredients.
clean ingredients.
All
Yeah.
about the clean ingredients. Anyways, a little on the pricier side. Similar to like Element. Have you heard of Element electrolytes? Yeah. So good. You guys have to get yourself a little container of them. You have to try them. I
will.
actually brought some with because me
Do
and
we wanna
Garrett
do
are
a
so
live-
addicted.
Live taste test.
We might have to. I'll be behind the scenes getting a glass of water for this live taste test. Garrett, tell me something good.
Okay, so I've been sick since last Monday, and we took a flight on Friday from Fargo to Denver, Denver to Rapid City for one of my best friends, Mark Chose, his wedding. And on the flight, my ear, because I'm so congested, I don't know what it is, like the pressure or whatever, it made it sound like I was underwater constantly. And the same exact thing happened on my way here to Chicago this morning, but it was both ears
It's all
instead of just
bad.
one. So my something good is that I no longer feel like I'm underwater.
That's good. I'm
That-
glad.
That feeling disappeared.
You can breathe.
I can breathe.
And
I
you can
mean, I
hear.
can't breathe. You can hear me right now, and I sound disgusting,
Sound terrible.
but I can hear.
That's good. When you got here, you couldn't hear.
I could not hear.
Anna actually told me she's like, Garrett can't hear, so don't talk to him today. Like, what? That's unreal.
The cough laugh.
The cough
cough
laugh.
laugh.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're sick.
Okay. And my tell me something good today. I'm gonna give a shout out to David. I know I already talked about him. Let's flash a picture of me and David eating at Lou Mitchell's right now. This dude was up for 24 hours and decided to take another 7 hours round trip and drive me to Northwestern. It does not happen if he doesn't decide to do that. So, David, you're about to tell me something good, but I'm also going to do a bonus something good. I want to shout out my videographers. And they're behind the camera. I don't even know if they're going to get a shot of them. But if they don't decide to, can you guys just come here? Come here.
No.
Come on. Come on. Come over here. Yep. This is a sit down with Hunter Pinky. So
I'm just gonna cough all over you.
they decided to come, and I am very thankful that they came to Chicago. So they went from Fargo to Denver to Rapid City to Chicago, back to Fargo, and Garrett's gonna go to work tomorrow. So this is the squad right here. So that's my good. My people are good in my life. So David, the Uber driver, who's my new friend, and my videographers who got up at, what time y'all wake up today? 3:45, going on 2 hours of sleep to get here to make this happen. That's my Tell Me Something Good. And I appreciate you guys. So I got one more Tell Me Something Good. Okay, David, number 1. My videographer is number 2. Number 3, though, I learned something new today. Chicago deep dish style pizza is Chicago. I get that. Chicago has another style pizza, tavern style. I didn't know this. We're gonna take a picture of this when we go to Lou Malinati's. Chicago has 2 types of pizza, and so we're gonna throw a video at the end of this. We're gonna go eat pizza, and then we'll throw a review of Lou Malinati's tavern and deep dish pizzas. But Tell Me Something Good, deep dish and tavern style pizza in Chicago. Here's the review.
Lou Malnati's in Evanston. The official review, I gave it an 8.5 on the deep dish, 8 with the thin tavern style. Very, very good. I do think the atmosphere was more neighborhoody, whereas if we were to go downtown, we get the full experience. But the pizza was solid, and yeah, Chicago pizza. Check it off the list.
All right. Next episode, we're going to not be in a football field. We're going to have our next guest. I'm super excited for you guys to meet our next guest. It'll be a great conversation. But here's your college football preview from beautiful Ryan Fieldhouse. No bad days. And yeah, thanks for coming on the Sit Down. Peace, guys.